How y'all doing? Hey, we're here at AGC. Have a good weekend.
Yep.
It's funny, we record these at like 5 o'clock in the morning so they can go out at 6
On Mondays.
on Mondays before
Yeah.
they go.
It's very sunny for 5 a.m.
It is. It's
weird,
early
yeah.
up here in Montpelier.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We could say we're like in Japan or something where it's morning time. Hawaii, whatnot. But
That'd be
no,
nice. Vacation
we're
time.
in the office. I got a couple responses off last week's thing. We're getting too long. We've got to kind of try to hold this a little shorter.
Yeah, I mean, we could just edit stuff out.
I'll never edit. Just go for it,
Right.
right? You got a pretty
ha-
big training week coming up.
Yeah. Couple MSHAs, couple OSHAs.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we'll do.
What?
Let's get to the subject matter,
Okay.
and then I've got a couple things I want to talk to you about.
Right now?
Well, yeah, and at the end of this, so we'll get the
Okay.
10 minutes that Missy, our production coordinator, is asking for.
Oh, we got in trouble with production.
We did. It was 23 minutes last week, and she wasn't super pleased with a 23-minute video.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like a longer YouTube video.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. She wants us to cut them back a little bit.
So
But,
would you say that would be a conflict
well,
within the workplace?
see, you're trying to jump ahead too far because you've got a bunch of training coming up. You've got MSHA stuff. They got to go to agcvt.org to see this. You've got some OSHA classes going on. You've got classes every day for the next 2 or 3 months. And if somebody wants to be in the training, you even got a OSHA 30 starting in first Tuesday of March.
Yep.
And then
Every Tuesday.
on top of it, you have you've put together a Wednesday lunchtime thing
Yeah, I won't be able to host all of them, but we're going to try to do some lunch and learn type of stuff.
on Wednesdays,
Yep.
starting on February 26th through April 30th, every Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Some
like
guest speakers, maybe.
guest speakers. Emphasis programs will be the first week. Safety policy, site-specific safety plans to help people bring their safety plans up to speed.
Right. That's a big one.
Doing a job safety analysis or a hazard analysis
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there. How to do audits and inspections.
That's a big one, too.
How to handle an inspection.
We go over that a lot, but it's good to circle back on it.
Okay, and then training and your documentation internally. And I understand you even got like boilerplates and shit for that.
Yeah, I mean, we, as safety guys, we have all those stuff just thrown in folders, so.
And then accident investigation,
Wow.
in case you fall off your chair.
I'm pretty heavy. That didn't move very
Okay.
far. I gotta shed some pounds.
And then drugs and alcohol and a
That's a fun
culture of safety.
Are those how drugs and alcohol contribute to a culture of safety, or are those two separate topics?
Well, actually, I think drugs and alcohol in the workplace contributing to a culture of safety, which
That's where
then
I would start.
contributes to stress management and conflict resolution.
Wow. Are you saying that sometimes we begin conflicts with drugs and alcohol?
They could.
Or drugs and alcohol may lead us into conflicts that we might want to resolve later on?
That's true. Right?
Right, because you're not necessarily in the right frame of mind. So, yeah, okay.
And I think when it comes to conflict resolution, really there's 4 main areas that you could go into.
We're talking in our personal lives and at work.
Correct.
So this would work both at work and at home.
Every place. Even with Kelly.
We don't ever fight.
You have a lot of that conflict resolution then.
None. Because,
Okay. You know why?
Because we're pretty good.
You know why? No.
Why?
Well, there's 4 areas of conflict resolution.
Right.
Right?
We're good at compromising, I think.
There's-
We work well together.
There's avoiding them altogether,
Yeah, but that doesn't always work.
compromising,
Yeah.
accommodating.
Yeah.
That's kind of giving in for your thing.
I'm aware of what accommodating is.
Okay.
Thank you,
or
though.
collaborate. I'm glad to hear you know what accommodating is.
I actually
now.
excelled.
Now I know you know what that is.
I excelled in all
I
of my
will
English
expect
classes.
more accommodating from you.
More accommodation.
Yes, when I say something, it would be nice if you accommodated that.
I don't know if you're using that in the right sentence, but
Oh.
I'll let that slide.
Well, if you put them on a graph,
Sure.
one of those X-Y axis graphs, if you put them on that graph,
Yeah.
okay, the assertiveness or the importance of your goal,
Right.
what you want to finish,
Right.
would be on like your X-axis.
Sure.
And your cooperativeness, importance of the relationship.
That is actually much larger than you would think.
Well, no,
The-
that actually
the
goes on the
important-
Y-axis.
Well, I'm saying the importance of the importance of the relationship with the person that you are engaged in this conflict with has a huge role into how you deal with the conflict. Because if I meet you at a bar and you're just annoying the shit out of me and just being a shithead, that I'm probably more, now that I'm responsible and mature, I'm more apt to just avoid you and say this guy's he's being an idiot and he's annoying me. I'm just going to ignore him and just avoid this altogether. But if you were my friend, avoiding doesn't always work because inevitably I'm going to see you more than just.
And avoiding is a big part of the strategy, right?
Well, yeah, like I'm saying avoiding would work with a stranger, but if you and I were to avoid a conflict between us, inevitably it would just ruin the next, 5 months because we're just not going to be able to see eye to eye, and if we're avoiding it, it never goes away.
So if you go with the avoidance piece,
Right.
that means the relationship really doesn't matter.
No, because maybe some relationships it will, but I can't tell you a time in my life where avoiding a conflict has worked with someone I've known. Unless I've just cut my ties with them and I never talk to them again.
Okay. But avoiding really doesn't work in the workplace.
No, definitely
It may
not.
work with Kelly.
No, we don't have problems.
Okay. May work with Kelly, but it doesn't work in the workplace.
No.
So then we shift to your mode, accommodating. That's pretty big.
How would that, want to give me an example of that?
Yeah, you kind of give in.
Wouldn't that be,
You just go ahead and you acquiesce to whatever it is the other person wants.
right, because it's easier to just do it than it is to argue,
Okay.
which is a lot of my job, I think.
But don't you think that's probably the step back when we're dealing with somebody that's angry to begin with and upset to begin with? It's easier for us just to say, okay, I'll friggin' do it.
Yeah, but the problem with accommodating is it's good for, like, if I'm like, oh, Richard's a hothead, I might as well just go take the trash out instead of telling him that I have a doctor's appointment, right? The accommodating would work in that situation, but it doesn't always leave me feeling
Fulfilled?
Yeah, it doesn't leave me
Fulfilled?
It doesn't leave me really in a great mood
Right.
because I'm like, this guy sucks. Like, I have to go do this just because I don't want him to blow up, right? So it works in a situation where you may be dealing with someone that isn't the best at compromising.
Okay. Wouldn't that, if you're a good leader,
Yes.
wouldn't that be something you would notice along the way? That people are being very accommodating, so I'm probably not getting everything out of them. I'm probably not getting their innovative thinking or encouraging them to have a healthy debate with.
Well, yes. And I think that would be a situation, maybe you call a staff meeting and you say, I want to hear your opinions.
Okay. Ben, I want to have a staff meeting.
No, well, you call staff meetings.
Oh, okay.
No, you call them.
Yeah.
And you ask for all of our opinion on stuff, which I believe is good in terms of compromising.
Oh, compromising. Now
Yeah.
you're trying to get into the compromising.
That's-
Because again, there's four big words. Avoiding, accommodating, compromising, and collaborating. So in that compromising, it's where you and I kind of sit and figure out how we can put together a win-win situation or a lose-lose situation.
See, obviously we're reading off a script right now, but I don't necessarily agree with this, because this is saying that compromising is a lose-lose strategy.
No, it's saying collaborating
No, it doesn't. It says where compromise is a lose-lose strategy. I don't think compromising is a lose-lose strategy.
Really?
No. Because if I have a plan and you have a plan.
See, I think it's a win-win.
But this is telling you collaborating is a win-win.
Well, you're probably reading off a script, but I'm not.
It's in front of you.
I'm not.
Okay.
You want to compromise on that?
No.
Huh?
No.
If you value the relationship,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But not so much that you would abandon the overall goal, you work with the other person to come to some sort of intermediate place that you both feel like you have a win in it.
I want soda and you want water. Let's compromise it into seltzer because I get the bubbles from soda and you get the water.
Or we could take your soda, pour my water into it, and we could each have a watered down soda. How's that sound?
That would work if I was cool with that.
Okay. But if you're going to compromise, it takes big picture thinking. You got to look at the end goal, right?
You're right. So how do we put this? No, I hear you.
And sometimes you got to swallow your pride and agree to something less than what you started with.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest piece about working with other people is being able to not do what you want to do sometimes.
As we've said before, you and I probably agree 80% of the time.
Yeah. And then
So we got to compromise on that last 20.
Which
If
is
we wanna
harder
get to the
depending
end
how
game.
strict someone is. Because at the end, we both want to get the job done,
Okay.
right? We just
That's
have
right.
differing opinions on how we're going to do it.
So that brings us to collaboration,
Really.
to working together
Right.
and setting those goals together and trying to get to that end pathway.
Which is probably the best way to do it.
Is it? I think it's ideal for workplace conditions. Collaborating and compromising make this whole thing work in a workplace.
Yeah.
I mean, throw the accommodating out, throw the avoiding out. Let's stick with compromising and collaborating out in the field or in a job.
No,
or
I
in
think that's great.
right?
Yeah.
And it tends to, when you look at those two, you tend to come out with a positive result that both people feel on their XY axis feel like they have accomplished what they
That's all that
hoped to
matters at the end of the
accomplish.
day, right? You and I both go home today saying that was a good toolbox talk.
It is.
I wanted to do mine on,
What?
I don't know, I didn't really think of a topic.
Oh, that's why I had to.
Yeah.
So when we're talking strategies for conflict resolution in the workplace, again, 4 big things: avoiding, accommodating, compromising, and collaborating.
Right.
And we should probably throw the first 2 out
Yeah.
and put a focus in on compromising and collaborating. Would you agree?
Yeah, I like using avoiding.
So that's pretty good. We got through that.
Yeah, that was thrilling.
So we had a great deal of input from the outside. People went to agcvt.org and people sent emails to Ben at agcvt.org.
Yeah.
And he has kind of kicked a can down the road that I'm not sure I'm willing to compromise or be accommodating on.
The office cat?
No, Office Cat has nothing to do with this. That we're not going to avoid. We're not going to compromise. We're not going to accommodate.
You better talk to
and
Sarah.
We're not going to collaborate.
You better talk to
It's
Sarah.
not going to happen.
It's gonna pop
There's
up one
no way we're getting a friggin' cat in here. But
I think we could.
we had a great deal of interest, particularly from some different folks. We've got like 1,000 followers out there. By the way, guys, share this. Share. Share now. Hit the share button.
I think we've got about 3 to 5 premium members.
Do you?
Yeah.
That are sharing it?
Well, the premium members pay $5 a month, I think it is.
Yeah.
And then they get some special perks.
Yeah. That's the road you went down. Okay? And you started down that road last week. And all of a sudden, this thing has kind of blown up to the extent Mitchell Tees wanted to sponsor this today.
No, they did not.
They did. They wanted
Really?
to sponsor our friggin' video. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do we get out of it?
Nothing yet.
Oh, what's the point? That's how sponsorship works. We get something for promoting.
Okay, so I'll have to work on that. I didn't understand.
We're just doing a free sponsor?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but that's
I
not
didn't
marketing
realize
any
that.
of this.
Okay. So, along the lines, though,
No, that's terrible marketing.
Hold on.
I'm listening. God,
You-
you got to talk to me about this. This is a 50-50 cut here.
this is...
You can't just be
no,
making business
it
decisions.
got worse. It's only 45-45.
What?
So,
Wait, they bought in?
hold on. Now it got worse. So, they thought this is such a great idea. They sent up some red shop rags, safety shop rags for our first bit of merch.
Wow.
They sent up some shop rags,
Those are pretty sweet.
okay?
Yeah.
And so we are now offering anybody that emails Ben
Whoa.
will get a free shop rag because we haven't put a value on it.
How am I
yet.
gonna get? I have to ship things to people now.
You're gonna have to.
This is a lot of work. Oh, you actually have a lot.
So
Whoa,
They
wait, that
shipped
vest
up-
is nice.
they shipped up
What-
shop.
what
they
size is the
shipped up
vest?
shop rags, and we even got a marketing director for our merch.
How?
Ed Lesko.
No.
stepped up,
This is
and
cutting
he
into my.
said, he said, "I'll be your marketing director for your merch for 10%."
No.
And
Where was I during this decision? There's
You're
no,
supposed to be accommodating
no, I
and
didn't
collaborating.
sign. I didn't
right
sign
now.
anything.
Okay, so Ed said he would like to do that. He would be in charge of it.
I can't even tell if you're being serious.
The only thing we had to do was send him an autographed shop rag. The first shop rag out
No.
has to be autographed and sent to Ed. So we got to take care of that.
Is he providing new camera equipment? That's what.
Then we have made arrangements with Mitchell's to have vests with our logo on them, and we're working through on that, and those will be available.
we're not sharing the profit with Ed.
Then he's our
Yeah, but what is
manager.
he adding to this?
He's the manager.
And what does the manager do?
Manager.
You're
takes-
just adding random positions to
the
this?
manager takes 10%.
For what
That's
though? What
all I
does the
have
manager
figured out.
add?
He doesn't have a job description yet.
What the
Because I didn't get that far.
I'm
I
gone
was
for a
just
week.
excited.
I'm on the road for a week, and you're destroying the company.
I was just excited as hell that somebody wanted to manage. Okay?
Yeah, but that's exactly what happens when you get into the scene of becoming famous. Is you have these managers reach out to you, and they just take advantage of you.
He didn't take advantage. He said 10%.
He took 10% and didn't add anything.
Oh,
You can't be signing management deals.
I got to work on this. But we did get like 500 shop rags that if people are interested in
That
our
I have
new
to ship out now in my
shop
free
rag,
time.
AGC shop rag, Ben's safety shop rag. Send an email.
If you want
to
them
Ben.
pre-soaked with oil, let me know, because I can do that.
Let Ben know that we'll weight it down and take it out of first class.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh God.
If you're
You have a
looking for a
rain
shop
jacket?
rag, all you have to do is again send Ben.
RJW.
Send Ben
At
it's
agcvt.org.
Ben at agcvt.org. Send him an email, and Ben will see he gets those out to you. And Ben will send you 10% off everything we make on this. So
And
see,
we need
don't
to have a
get-
stakeholder meeting immediately.
Now the other thing Ed made arrangements for
And he's already using our money?
was
He's spending our money.
he's also made this great windbreaker. See that? Look at that windbreaker with the AGC logo on the back of it. You started this. I didn't start it. I didn't want anything to do with merch.
I leave for a week.
You turn
We have
around
a new
and say,
partner who took 10%. We've
You-
got a media manager or whatever that thing was.
production manager.
Production manager. You have added 3 employees to this, and I didn't hear about any of them.
But we had to do it. It's getting that big.
Is it really?
Yeah, it really is. Okay?
Okay.
So now
Guess I
we have
trust you.
merch.
Yeah.
You wanted merch. We got merch. We got shop rags.
Yeah.
We've got vests.
Yeah.
And Lucky's, of course, our original.
Are we getting a Pete?
We are not getting a
What the?
Pete. We are not getting a Pete, but Lucky's has told us that in the near future they'll supply us with some insulated red cups
Okay.
that we have to autograph as well.
I
For
will-
some reason, people want us to sign.
I will
shit.
autograph the cups, but if we get 100,000 views in the next year, we want a 389X.
Okay, 100,000 views.
380
Lucky's, pay attention. 100, and you don't get 10% of the Pete.
No, we want a 389X.
Okay, but he doesn't get 10% of the Pete.
No, I will become my new apartment.
He gets 10% of everything else.
Well, because then we're going to start the trucking company, and he could buy into the trucking company. I
He's
just
our
gotta-
manager.
Well, how are we're going to start the world tour?
He's our manager. He would set up the travel and bookings.
Okay,
and
now
everything.
I get the position now. I think I wasn't seeing the big picture, and I think I'm nervous. I think we had a bit of conflict there. But now that I'm actually listening to what you're saying and we're collaborating on this, I do think we might have needed a manager.
I think so.
So I apologize to Ed.
Okay.
I was a little quick to...
Okay. You weren't even willing to avoid it or accommodate.
I just was so... I was just taken aback of how much of this business has changed since I've been on the road.
Well, you've been gone for a few days.
I've been gone for 3, and now there's 3 more employees. One
And-
employee per day.
And you brought it up. You started it, so we needed a production manager. We needed that.
God.
Wait till I bring in the proofreader and
Who was that?
the writer.
Sarah?
I don't know yet.
Oh, so we're hiring.
Yeah, we could be. Okay.
And
Somebody want to put our scripts together and you know what
we
we're
read off
missing?
scripts
You know what we're missing?
like a little mascot.
Makeup.
We need a makeup.
We don't
and hair,
have makeup.
Makeup and hair specialist.
Yes.
I think I would have them make my face all orange.
Okay.
I would have my face be orange, and then I'd have a black suit with a red tie. I think.
Okay. Once again, we have blown this out of the water, and our production manager is going to be pissed because it went too long.
But we didn't even swear.
But we went through to that point that we got the important stuff out
Yeah,
front,
we sounded like zombies for the beginning part of it,
and then we got into what was really important.
which was the update on the company.
The update on
What
the
would we call
merge.
this? AGC Productions, or do we want to take AGC out of it and just have it be Ben and Richard Productions?
Then AGC would want to split too.
Wait, then we could bring AGC on as a sponsor.
That's
AGC in
true.
America.
Yeah.
Fuck. This is
This
a lot.
is pretty big, you know.
Yeah, I just see. I don't watch these, and I don't keep track on who views them. So I'm just going to assume.
Share. Hit share.
No, I'm going to assume there's 12 viewers, but we'll get you.
This is pretty big.
Yeah.
You wait and see. Everybody, Ben at AGCVT, and you will get your own free shop rag.
Available for pickup.
So there's no 10%.
Pickup only.
There's no 10% for Ed on the shop rag.
No, but they're free, so we're not even. Oh, we're getting some hype, and then we'll start charging.
Oh, you got to build hype, a
Yeah.
brand, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah. 100,000 views,
Yep. And we get a Pete from Lucky's.
389X.
Okay. Hope you guys are on board with that. Short of that, I think we kind of covered everything. Again, 4 strategies for conflict resolution.
Hope everyone
the
was.
new merch. And we're going to even have a storefront on the AGC website, by the way, that people can go in and buy the merch.
Is there an employee discount?
Ed wants his 10, so I can't discount stuff.
This is really gonna screw me up. Maybe I'll have to bring some of my partners in.
Okay. Do you think we need insurance or financial help? What do
I think we need. I think the financial. I got a guy at Edward Jones.
Yeah.
And I think I know a guy in insurance.
I think Dad would run the other way.
Yeah, I think I owe him money right now, so I think maybe I could bring him on and try to have the loan sharks stop coming to my apartment.
Okay. Richard Wabi
Ben Osha.
here with AGC VT.
Productions.
We are glad you all joined us, and again, merch, conflict resolution, everything, and the new training on Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesdays, lunch and
Remember,
learns.
we're here for you. Anything we can do. Give Ben send Ben an email. Just send him one anyway. Who the hell cares? But get your shop rags, and we will autograph the first 10 going out. But Ed's getting the first one.
So we
gonna
will
do that
autograph
right
the
after this
first
is over.
9 that go out.
Yes. Okay? Y'all have a good day. Have a safe week. Thank you for joining us.
When did you draw all over your whiteboard?